Input load stabilizing. Input load stabilizing. Input variation. Took it as with machine output. Fixing the input load criteria. Detection point for input load criteria. Let us see one by one. Input variation. The input load variation can be detected by using the basic correlation method. Took it as with machine output. See, what is input variation? It can be input parameter or the input load that you're using for doing an operation. Took test with machine output. In order to find the significant input variation which is affecting the output of the product. So by doing the took test, we can find out uh, which particular parameter or input variation is affecting our output for the dimension. Then what we'll do fixing the input load criteria. Based on the test, the input load criteria shall be fixed. See, after two tests, you have found out only if the input load is between 10 and 11 mm, the output comes good. If it is 12 mm, the stock is more. So like this, we can fix the input load criteria that can be applicable for parameter as well as your input load raw material. Then detection point for input load criteria, a method to fix the specified input variation before it is entering into the machine for the process. So we can prefix what is required for the input. Then this is an input load stabilizing. Okay. So next one is machine stabilizing. So what in machine stabilizing we do parameter stability test, then machine correlation and fixing the parameters using matrix plot. So as I discussed earlier, parameter stability test we have to do that should be less than the 10 times the least count of the jumping variation of the parameter, and the actual input parameter should have consistency for the every shot. Then we can say the input parameter is stabilized. Then machine correlation and fixing the parameter. In order to find the correlation between and with many inputs and output, once you do the machine parameter correlation, then you will understand which one has to be fixed parameter, which is variable parameter. So based on that, you're going to fix the parameters. Once, see, there are two things here. One is you're going to do input load stabilizing. That means what should be the criteria of the input load raw material should be there to enter into the machine. One thing. Second thing is you're going to see the standard deviation of the actual parameters of the machine, and it should be less than the 10 times the least count of the particular parameter. Only then we can say the parameters consistently every shot it is giving the same value, having lesser variation. After that, we are going to do machine correlation with input, with the one in with many input and one output or two output. Then you're going to fix the parameters. Fix the parameters means you're going to fix that particular parameter and no one can change it. It's like a master, and you're going to find out which are can be tweaked in order to get the required output. That we can do with the use of machine correlation. That means with using matrix plot. So only if the parameters are stabilized, there is a stability of the parameter, only then you are eligible to do design of experiment. If the actual parameter itself is varying like more, sometimes 10 example temperature I'll take 10 degree, then suddenly 20 degree, then it is changing 30 degree. I'm not telling the set value, set is 20, but in the actual when you measure it, it is jumping. So in this case, you cannot perform the design of experiment. So first we need to fix the input parameter. That means we need to check the input parameter stability. If he's having a lesser standard deviation, then the input parameter stabilized. After that, you need to do matrix plot and see which you have to fix the parameter, which you not to fix a parameter. The fixed parameter you cannot touch it for the DOE. Only two or three parameter you can touch for the DOE. That you can do. That you have to do in the second point. The first is check for the input parameter, the load as well as input parameter stabilizing. Then you have to fix the parameter by using matrix plot. Then you are eligible to go for design of experiments. So what is design of experiments? So first the contents are basic DOI with permutation and combination. So we learned in our schooling days that permutation and combination formula. So just we'll glance what is permutation and combination. Then we'll see single factorial, multifactorial, random factorial with 15 experiments. Then we'll enter the root cause analysis summary. Now let us see basic design of experiments with permutation and combination. Okay, trials to arrive at the optimum output. Why we do design of experiments? So the right combination will give a right result. Therefore, we use design of experiments. So before entering into that, we'll see what is a parameter, what is permutation and combination, and what is DOI and basic levels of DOI. So what is a parameter? Parameter is a element of the system or a machine which are reasons to modify the state of the product. So the parameters are reasons. The parameters are reason for changing the form of the product or any internal property or creating any shape. So that is a parameter. So the right parameter setting will produce the right results or the optimum results. So the right parameter will help us to set the right results. So now we understood the definition for parameter. Then second one is permutation. So what is permutation? Arranging things. Permutation can be defined as each of several possible ways in which a set or number of things can be ordered or arranged. So what is permutation? It is how many several ways we can arrange things. Arranging. Okay. Permutation is about arranging things. Okay. Example ABC. These are the people you assume. The question here is how many ways we can arrange two people from total three people. So now you understand. Now you understand the question. How many ways we can arrange two people from the total three people? Three people means ABC is there. So you need to arrange two people at a time. So how we can arrange AB, AC, BA, BC, then CA, CB. How many ways? One, two, three, four, five, six. In six ways we can arrange it. That is what they're telling. So the formula for permutation is equal to NPR is equal to n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. This factor they arrived the formula based on the real checking of arranging things. Okay. So you know this formula. So we get NPR is equal to permutation is equal to six ways. That means three people in permutation of two combination 3p2. So in six ways we can arrange AB, AC, BA, BC, CA, CB. So in six ways we can arrange these three people. So now you got an idea of permutation. Permutation is nothing but arranging things. Okay. Now one doubt is we can say AB is same or BA is same. You agree with this? AB is also same, BA is also same. So now I'm connecting this to the design of experiments. Say example, you want to change two parameters at a time. You change for A and B once and again BA. So there is no much difference here. Whether you change it to AB or BA, it is same. So there is a limitation that we can use permutation in the design of experiments. So this is for understanding the permutation. So next is combination. Combination is nothing but selecting things. So permutation is arranging things. Combination is selecting things. Okay. Combination can be defined as each of several possible ways in which a set or number of things can be selected. The word selected is very, very important. Here we don't arrange things, we select things. So let us take the same example. ABC. These are the people, and how many ways we can select two people from total of three people. There are three people A, B, C, correct? How many ways we can select at a time two people from the three? So I'm going to select it. When I select it, what happens? The repetition will be off. AB, AC, then BC. I cannot do CBCABA because we are selecting it, therefore there is no repetition. And that is what combination is. Therefore, NCR is equal to n factorial divided by R factorial into n minus R factorial. So 3CR is equal to three ways we can arrange these three people. So in the same way, A is a parameter, B is a parameter, C is a parameter. If I want to do design of experiment by changing two parameter at a time, I can use this formula. That means AB I can change at a time, AC I can change at a time, and BC. There are three experiments you can conduct and find out the optimum result. Therefore, for design of experiment, we don't use permutation, we use combination. Why? Because we are selecting the things. Now you got to know what is permutation and combination. Then let us go example of combination. Selecting things. So here parameter pressure is there, temperature is there, then speed is there. Present yield is with keeping all these parameter. The present yield is 85 percentage. Okay, and you want to do design of experiment with changing the three parameter and get the optimum yield. So now let us see. So in the above three parameters in the process, how many ways two parameters can be varied for the trials? Same, you can apply combination formula. NCR is equal to n factorial divided by R factorial into n minus R factorial. So three ways we can change the parameter. How are the three ways? Pressure and temperature can be changed by keeping the speed constant. Second trial will be pressure and speed can be changed by keeping temperature constant. Then temperature and speed can be changed by keeping pressure constant. By running all these three experiments, we can arrive at the optimum yield. So therefore, we use combination for design of experiment. So now next is design of experiments and basic levels of design of experiments. Design of experiments are defined as the combination of the proportion parameters to arrive at the optimum output. Now it's very important to understand proportion parameters. Now in this case, pressure also, if you change the pressure, the yield will change. If you change the temperature, the yield will change. If you change the speed, yield will change. That means pressure, temperature, speed are the proportionate, or there is a correlation between all these three parameters with respect to yield. That's why they selected these three parameters. So in what combination if you change, you will get the optimum is nothing but we have to do with the design of experiments. That is what they are telling here. The combination of the proportion parameters to arrive at the optimum output in order to improve the product or process efficiency. Now, basic levels of DOE. There are two levels, single factorial, full factorial. Let us see. So, what is single factorial DOE? In single factorial DOE, we select the proportion parameters and vary at one level only once. Only once you are going to change. See, this is a previous parameter 50, 55, and 25. Now the yield is 85 percentage. Okay. Now I am changing only the pressure, only to the required limit. I changed it to 55 and rest two parameter I kept constant. Then I kept pressure constant. I changed the temperature and speed I kept constant. So at a time I'm going to change only one parameter and note down the yield. Now with the last trial, that is 50, 55, and 30, by changing only speed I have got 90% yield. Therefore, by using single factorial DOE, I will fix the third trial as a permanent. For each line of trials, one parameter is changed and the yield is recorded. Okay. So what we'll do is we will change only one parameter at a time and we'll capture the yield. Next, we'll see full factorial.